Hello, my name is Jedidiah. I'm a filmmaker, an editor, and this is my Asian American Christian story. So I was working on staff for a Christian conference, and my team's responsibility was to create some interactive spaces for certain social justice issues. And we're actually really nervous about how the people respond to our rooms, but we're actually very encouraged because a lot of responses were very positive and people shared how they had really been touched by the rooms. However, if everything had gone right, then I probably wouldn't be sharing this story with you. Inside one of the notebooks, our staff found a whole page written in very large handwriting that was filled with anti-Asian writing, and it included a racial slur against Asians as well. And when I first saw that notebook, I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. I was really upset, even though maybe I didn't visually show it. I think the first thought in my mind was really how dare this person think this way about another child of God? How dare this person, a fellow Christian, think this way? I didn't quite understand at that time, but at that time my heart was really just filled with hate for whoever had written this note. We didn't know who this person was. It was an anonymous note, but for the next week as I walked around, I couldn't help but think these thoughts whenever I met someone. Was it him? Was it her? Did she write the note? Did he write the note? Who secretly thinks of me this way when they see me? Who thinks of that word when they see me walking past them, when I say hi? And honestly, my heart felt so hateful and suspicious at the time, and I couldn't help thinking that whenever I met someone. I think very kindly of people. I don't usually hate people. I think, honestly, I feel like try to think of the best of people. And so this was really strange for me as I kind of walked around. And as I walked around, I couldn't help but feel, I couldn't love people at this time. All I could do was just think of, hey, was he the one? Was she the one? Who thinks of me this way when I walk past them? Honestly, it was a really heavy and burdensome week. It was miserable for me because I just continually had this heavy feeling and this hate inside of me. And finally I couldn't bear it, and I just told God, I hate this person, whoever wrote this note. I hate, and I don't want to forgive. I know I should. I mean, that's what you say, to forgive. But I don't want to. I really don't want to. How dare this person think this way about your child, your children, a whole race of people. How dare they? And how can I forgive this person? And I can't. But then I think the first thing the Lord did was to show me myself. And he first showed me that I was something I don't think I fully realized was how much I had been filled with hate. How I couldn't love people anymore. And I couldn't hold on to this hate inside me. And I couldn't do that and love the people that I came in contact with. I couldn't love the people God brought my way if I held on to this hate. And the second thing he showed me was that I needed to let go and forgive. I can forgive, but I don't necessarily have to forget. But I needed to give it to him. And he reminded me and asked me if I'd be willing to trust him. Trust that whoever this person is, this person hopefully is also a Christian. And even if he isn't, that trust that the Lord is working on him in the same way that he has been working on me. and was working on me at that moment, would I be willing to trust him with that? And so, that was those were the kind of two things. It was nothing like spectacular or something new. It was things that I knew, but it kind of brought it fresh and made it real. Number one, that I cannot love if I have hate. And number two, that would I be willing to trust him with this matter and trust that he is a God who works. So I honestly told God that I couldn't let it go. It's my, I needed help to let go of my hate. And honestly, whenever I still think of this, it still upsets me. It still hurts me. I keep being reminded to give it back up to him and trust him. And put it in his hands. When I shared this story with people at my church, a lot of people actually came up and encouraged me. And a few of them actually even shared their own stories of the racism that they faced as Asians. And a few of them even shared that, this was a really hard thing that they themselves had to learn as well. Learn to overcome hatred. But I think what hurt my heart the most was realizing this was not some kind of isolated experience. It was something that was hurting the people around me, actually, my own community, my church. And that this was a reality that Asians and even Asian Americans face. This is not an isolated thing for Asian and Asian American Christians to have to learn how to both deal with facing racism, but also dealing with internal hatred. And honestly, I want to share this story not as a way to spread any kind of hate, but as a way to kind of share, I think, the honest struggles of Asian American Christians and Asian Christians as well. I'm sure there are others who have faced this a lot more, and maybe some of you are listening to this right now. This is just my own experience, and I hope it's an encouragement to you in the same way it was for me when all those other older brothers and sisters at my church came up to me and talked to me and shared their experience. That you don't have to be alone. This is not something that is your own thing that no one else can relate with. But it's something that's true and something that we learn. And so I hope this encourages you. Thanks so much for listening.